Let's start from what we mean by xenophobia. And what it means is a strong feeling of hate of somebody who is not related to you, especially foreigners who are in a particular country. And when that kind of feeling occurs, you don't want to see that person. You believe the person has come to take your land, take your property, take everything you have. But it could be the other way around, because let's face it, there's no country where citizens don't go or travel or migrate. Even within a country, people still migrate from one city to another, looking for something better. Well, in as regards South Africa, xenophobia has always been a problem. I remember many years ago when Lucky Dube was killed. The story that emanated was that they thought he was a Nigerian, so he was gunned down. So it has always been there. And if you look at their background, they've always known violence due to apartheid. They've always known, believe that anybody other than they are is an enemy. And I can remember the part Nigeria played during that time. I was still in secondary school, and I had one or two of them as classmates. History has also told us what the part Nigeria played. And for them to turn around now, believing that Nigerians, they are their enemies, it's very unfortunate, because what they've done now, if you ask me, is biting the finger that fed them. Fed them in the sense that Nigeria fought on their behalf, harbored them, spent money so that they can have independence. Again, governments that have succeeded each other, even in South Africa and even in Nigeria. And talking about diplomatic relations, when it comes to that, there are no friends, no enemies. And that's why it's called diplomatic relations. Before now, we know what our governments or those in power then would have done when it comes to uh, anything that has to do with their citizens. And I think our present government has not done and is not doing anything good enough to protect citizens within the country, not to talk of outside the country. It will not. They need to enlighten their citizens. They need to talk to their citizens. Because let's face it, during the time of yellow fever saga, we know what our government did. We know what Obasanjo also did. We know what Abacha did. Even though all these people, we didn't see them as good governments in power and governance, but they did what they needed to do, because every life under their care is very important. Our government should do more. Our government should tell the world that when you kill a Nigerian citizen, you have killed every Nigerian. Just the way US does. No matter how bad US is, if you touch their citizens, they know what to do. And I think we should stand firm. We are known as giants of Africa. So why can't we just behave like one? If you're a lion in the jungle and you know that other animals believe that the lion in the jungle is powerful, they get scared the moment they see the lion. And that's what Nigerian government should do. The lackadaisical attitude is painful. I refuse to watch some of those clips because it gives pain. It gives pain that people who have left, young boys and girls, whether they have papers or not. We have foreigners in this country who don't have papers, and we've not killed them. We haven't said they have come to take up our jobs. We have our own issues. That does not mean we should take it out on our government, on these people, on these foreigners. So their own indigenes should not also take whatever anger they have against their government on foreigners. They should be able by now, after how many years of independence, learn to live with their foreigners who have come to look for greener pastures. We also have foreigners here who believe that Nigeria is a place where you can make your money. But we've not harassed them. We've not killed any of them because we know that we should be our neighbor's keeper as the giant of Africa. And that is what I believe the government of South Africa should do. The president of South Africa, I believe, is paying lip service because he has not come out with concrete information, concrete condemnation of what is going on. And it is wrong. If we continue to kill our fellow blacks, how do you expect the colonialists who have divided us feel? Of course, they will laugh and tell us, yes, they said Africa is a shithole. Look at what they are doing to one another. So we need to be tread carefully. We need to do what we need to do to be able to put this in history as our past tense and live in love, because hate does not pay. It's only love that heals. There are two sides to it. Well, they are free to return home, especially those who don't really have anything concrete doing there. They are free to return home if they want to. But in the first instance, they left this place, they left this country because the economy nosedived and everything is almost crumbling. So they needed to do what? To look for greener pastures. For those who want to come home, fine. If you still have your shops there, lock up your shops, come home is another way of coming home to see your people on holiday. See it as a holiday period, and then recuperate and see how you can get yourself back. Because I know Nigerians are hard workers. They will bounce back. Just as it is from the last week or so, some people from Jigawa were arrested in Lagos. They said what they were looking for greener pastures. That they believe if they come to Lagos, they will make it. It's the same thing with Nigerians who have left this country. So for government to say those who want to come back, they are free to come back, but I think government should do more. Because if you show and tell other countries that your citizens are important to you and measures are taken to ensure that your citizens are important to you, other countries will also respect your citizens. Unfortunately, it's not the solution, but you see, those who have gone around to loot are also hungry. It's a form of retaliation of looting of Nigerian shops too, but that will not solve the problem. That will not solve the problem. I expected some of these South African shops here or organizations here to have at least taken steps to make sure that hoodlums don't loot. But they were a little bit relaxed, believing that maybe Nigerians won't do anything. And I can assure you the Agburos will help themselves very well. The moment they hear that their Nigerian citizens are being killed somewhere, they want to. But so far, so I think the security operatives have tried to stop further looting of South African shops and organizations. There's no results because government also has not shown proactive measures or given up proactive measures to take care of these issues. Because if justice is served to offenders, I'm sure people will learn some lessons from what is going on. And again, a situation where you have labeled certain people terrorists, and certain people, even when they are arrested, the same terrorists are given amnesty because they say they have uh, repented. It's the same people, if you ask me, who are into kidnapping, who are into herdsman killing spree, and all of that. Because when you ask some of them, from stories we hear and clips we watch on Facebook, when you listen to their story, they say they were trained in Libya to train others in Nigeria. And then they are arrested and they say, please forgive me. And then you forgive. I think these people should be given some form of punishment as a deterrent. Because even in our society, in our culture, even when you say you have repented, you need to show that you have truly repented for forgiveness to take its course. But where they are arrested, within a week or two, they are released into the system, and they are, the states where they come from, the governors are not helping matters either. I saw Governor of Katsina State posing with the so-called repentant terrorist or whoever, and that is not good enough. What does it show us? The society should be able to, or members of the society or elders should be able to call these people to order and show them the right way to live happily and successfully within the society.
All right, so Feli, thank you very, very much for your time. I really appreciate it.